Have you looked at yourself in the mirror with love today? Not just to check your appearance, fix your hair, or put on lipstick, but to really see yourself. To look into your own eyes and recognize the woman staring back at you. As simple as it may seem, this practice has the power to completely change the way you relate to yourself. Louise Hay, a world-renowned author and therapist, used to say that the mirror is a sacred tool. Not because it reflects your face, but because it reveals your soul. And once you start truly seeing yourself, everything around you starts to fall into place. The so-called mirror ritual was born from Louise Hay's personal journey. She went through deep trauma, abandonment, abuse, and illness. But it was in front of the mirror that her healing began. Because it's impossible to lie to yourself when you're looking into your own eyes. You can hide your feelings from others. You can pretend you're fine. But in front of the mirror, everything comes up. And that's exactly where the power of this practice begins. For years, thousands of people around the world have used this ritual, especially women who spent their lives trying to please, always being strong, handling it all. Women who, at some point, forgot about themselves. In this context, the mirror becomes a reunion, an intimate, quiet moment of self-embrace. The practice is simple. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your eyes, and start saying things you wish someone would tell you. At first, it might feel awkward. You might want to laugh, cry, or look away. And that's exactly why it means the wound is there. Louise used to say, if it's hard to say I love you to yourself, then that's exactly what you need to say. Many people have shared stories of healing through this method. One of them is Helena, a 47-year-old woman who hit emotional rock bottom after ending a 20-year marriage. For months, she avoided every mirror in her house. She said she didn't recognize who she saw anymore. One day, she randomly came across a Louise Hay video, an old talk where she said that if you want to change your life, start talking to yourself with love. Helena was skeptical, but she gave it a try. On the first day, she cried. On the second, too, but she kept going. After 21 days of consistent practice, something shifted. Helena started waking up with more energy. She began taking better care of herself. She picked up old hobbies and started writing again. What seemed like a silly act, looking at herself and saying, "I love you," became the turning point for a new life. According to her, the mirror didn't lie, but it didn't judge either. It was just there, reflecting. And when she changed on the inside, the reflection changed too. You can do the mirror ritual at any time of day, but the best results usually come in the morning, right after waking up, or at night, before bed. These are the times when your mind is most open. All it takes is a minute, then 2, then 5. And soon you realize that inner dialogue, which used to be so painful, starts to soften. You can say things like, "I accept you just the way you are. You're safe. You deserve to be happy. You are enough." And no, you don't have to believe those words at first. The practice works even when it feels fake, because over time, your subconscious starts picking up on the new language, and the wounded woman inside you starts coming out of the dark. She starts feeling seen and held. Another key element of the ritual is consistency. Doing it once and quitting won't help. Just like any deep transformation, self-love needs to be nurtured. Think of the mirror as a daily commitment to yourself, a reminder that you deserve to be a priority in your own life. In addition to words, touch can make the ritual even more powerful. Place your hands on your heart as you speak. Breathe deeply. Smile at yourself. Every gesture matters. Every repetition rewires you, and every tear that falls in the process is part of the healing. You're not broken. You were just disconnected. The most beautiful part of this journey is realizing that, over time, you begin to see yourself with more compassion. You start treating yourself like you'd treat a child or a dear friend. You let go of harshness, of perfectionism, of guilt, and you learn to embrace yourself, even on the hard days. This is the invitation Louise Hay left to the world. Reconnect with your essence through the mirror. And this is the foundation you need to start building real self-esteem, because no one can give you what you don't recognize in yourself. And it all starts with the simple act of looking at yourself. As you repeat the ritual daily, something subtle starts to shift. Your posture changes, your voice grows stronger, your presence becomes more powerful. You stop shrinking in front of life. You start standing tall, saying no without guilt, saying yes with intention. It's not a sudden change, but a reconnection process that starts from within and echoes into every area of your life. Louise Hay used to say that every thought is an affirmation, and every affirmation creates an experience. When you look in the mirror and say, "I'm ugly," or "I'm a failure," you're creating more of that reality. But when you start affirming, "I am worthy," "I am loved," "I am capable," you're activating a whole different energy, a transformative energy. And it's not about denying reality, but creating a new one from how you choose to treat yourself. The mirror isn't a place to lie to yourself. It's a place to retrain your inner voice. Many of us grew up hearing criticism, comparisons, rejection, and those words got stuck like seeds of self-sabotage. The mirror ritual is about pulling out those roots and planting new seeds of love, acceptance, and personal power. Women who do this ritual often report deep changes, not just in self-esteem, but in relationships, careers, and even health. Because when you change how you see yourself, the world responds differently. You stop settling for crumbs. You start surrounding yourself with people who respect you, environments that nurture you, and choices that strengthen you. One example is Marcella, a 54-year-old teacher who spent decades living for everyone else. She'd wake up early, take care of her family, work all day, and end the day looking in the mirror, blaming herself for not doing more. When she started the mirror ritual, she didn't think it would work, but she gave it a shot anyway. In 3 months, she was dressing in brighter colors, going on walks she used to love, and revisiting old projects. She says the biggest gift wasn't what she achieved, but how she started to feel. For the first time, she was at peace with who she was. And that's the peace the ritual offers, an internal space of reconciliation, where you don't have to prove anything, where perfection isn't required. Just a daily meeting with your true self, a meeting that heals, soothes, and empowers. You can adjust the ritual to fit your routine. Do it when you wake up, before heading out, or at night before bed. You can play soft music, light a candle, hold a crystal, or just take a deep breath and begin. The external details don't matter. What matters is your internal intention, the desire to be fully present with yourself. Over time, you can add new phrases, create your own affirmations, or even write letters to yourself. The mirror will always be your sacred space of connection. A safe, silent, and honest place. No rush, no pressure, just love. And here's something to remember. Some days, the ritual will hurt. Other days, it will heal. Sometimes you'll want to run. Other times, you'll get emotional. It's all part of the process. The most important thing is to keep showing up for you, because that commitment to yourself is what begins to rebuild everything that was once broken. Louise Hay used to say that once you start loving yourself, every area of your life blossoms. You begin making choices that match your values. You attract emotionally healthier people. You release old traumas, and you develop a confidence that doesn't rely on external validation. That's the real power of the mirror ritual. It doesn't promise magic solutions, but it offers something even more powerful: presence, clarity, and love. Love for who you are, who you were, and who you're becoming. And if today you're wondering where to begin your healing journey, start with what you have: a mirror, 1 minute, and the courage to say, "I'm here and I choose to love myself." Because when you learn to love yourself, Everything in your life starts to align with that new energy, and it's from that love that true transformation begins.